Alrighty, let's see. Let's make sure everything is working. We get actually line of view of my tracking. That would be good. Oh, hello, Noxley. It's good to see you. Let me let everyone else know on Discord that we started. Stream starting now. There we go. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I think I'm a little bit lower energy today. I'm a little bit more tired. How are you tonight, Noxley? How's everything going with you? It's funny, normally I can tell, so I refresh the page on Twitch sometimes, because it doesn't immediately show that the session started. It still shows the timer as 0. Hold on, you guys might be hearing stuff. Okay. Hi, Callie. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. But yeah, I can sometimes, before I even notice that the session has started with a little timer in the top, I actually first notice Noxley in chat before I notice the timer working. Isn't that funny? Let me take a sip here real quick. Oh my goodness. But yeah, how are you guys all tonight? Have you guys been working on anything interesting? Any fun progress? I think I'm catching up here. I've been writing stuff on paper for the Three Witches project. And then I also have the Word documents here. Not the Word documents. The Google Docs here for you guys on stream. So all my writing's kind of in between 2 different places. I gotta get all my thoughts organized. Trying to write even though you don't want to right now. That's been me all day, Noxley. Hello, Ajuna. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome. I think some people were asking for story time earlier in Discord. I haven't checked really the Discord yesterday or today. I've been too tired. The holidays with our business, there's just a lot of last minute stuff we're working on, trying to get shipped out in time. Mentally, I'm still like stuck on all the business stuff, and I'm trying to like write in between all the patches on the machine coming off. But I saw someone mentioning storytime earlier. I don't know if there's enough stuff in writing submissions for storytime, but if there is, or if you guys want to submit stuff, hey, as long as I'm awake enough, I don't mind doing storytime later. Hi, Author Relic. You're here-ish, watching a movie with an hour left. Oh, please hang out, watch the movie. You know, have fun. Are you watching it with your wife, with your family? Yeah, hang out with them instead. Just don't focus on that. You can tune in an hour later if I'm still streaming. It's all good. I'm never trying to take you guys away from doing anything else fun that you guys want to do instead. I'm second and third monitor content. What was I saying earlier? Oh yeah, but like what you were saying, Noxley, today's been a rough writing day for me. What? In case you do story time, you posted one, and no, you're watching alone. She's watching her reality shows. Oh no, what type of reality shows does she watch? Is it like the nice, wholesome, like baking ones? Or is it like Hell's Kitchen and Keeping Up with the Kardashians and all like the drama reality shows? I think for a little while when I was younger, I tried to get into some reality TV shows because it was like stuff that was on. I couldn't do it, man. It was too bad for my brain. I was getting too worked up about stuff, and I'm like, this isn't good for me. I need to stop. She watches 90 Day Fiancé, My 600-Pound Life, Dr. Pimple Popper. I could never watch that one, etc. I'm all set. I couldn't watch some of those ones. Oh my god, especially the Dr. Pimple Popper. I don't want to see it. I know some people love that. I know some people love that kind of content. It's not for me. It's not for this Cryptid. Oh my goodness. Kind of freaks me out a little bit. Where was I? Let's just start. I think this Control C was going here. There we go. Now that's all back to normal. Because I remember I messed that up last time. I couldn't figure out what I had done. That's what I messed up. Something over here got moved over here. I still don't know how I do that. You're here to chill and take your mind off your friend. Oh yeah, you mentioned it earlier. Like, not today. I think I saw it briefly. It was I think it was yesterday. Yesterday something happened with your friend, right? They got hit by like a truck. That's so scary. I'm so sorry for you. That's really terrifying. You know, that's why I don't think anyone noticed it too much, but earlier on when December started, I was warning a lot of you guys, like, hey, it's the holidays, it's December, be careful with driving, there's a lot of crazy drivers on the road come holiday time. It's gonna be okay, but you're signing a petition to put a limit on the size of cars. Is that here in the US? I know the US has a lot of funny things that we consider cars compared to other nations. But maybe I'm just uninformed about car stuff. I wouldn't be surprised. I know what I know, and I don't know a lot of things. There's a lot of stuff I don't know. Yeah, there's no limit, but there should be in the US. Isn't that from like the car manufacturing companies? They want to keep putting out the bigger and bigger cars. And that's why it's not as regulated here in the US compared to like other nations. But hey, I'm really glad that you're taking action and you're becoming more knowledgeable of that stuff. That's really, really good. Yeah, what was I saying? I'm so sorry. I feel like the past few streams you guys are really seeing the worst of Cryptid's mind. Hello, what? It's good to see you. Yeah, I feel like when I first started, like November, earlier December, my brain was a little bit more put together. Hello, Lorenzo. What's up? And now that the holidays are getting closer and closer, and I'm just kind of mentally fried with the business. Now you guys are kind of seeing my brain be more dead towards the end of the day. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna mute the mic real quick. Hold on. So the model's gonna stare into your guys' soul for a second. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, I was telling the Alexa to turn off a light. You feel that I have not read a chapter in your book since a few days after Thanksgiving. I'm in a bad rut with that right now. Ah! What's Juna? What's scary? You sound like you got jump scared. Oh, was it the model staring into your soul? My bad. But yeah, I definitely feel the holidays are a little crazy. I thought holidays, when you're younger, that's like your break. Now as an adult, it's not a break. It's just more stress. What happened? But yeah, if there's enough entries and there's enough people interested in story time later, I could do story time later. That's fine with me, as long as I'm awake enough. I don't want to give you guys half-assed tired critiques. That's not useful for anybody. So as long as I'm awake enough, I'll try it. God, what was I doing? So let's see here. We were working on the Witch of the Woods. Yeah, today on my papers, you posted a full short story, so there's enough content. That's really cool. Well, next, you finally finished my Christmas shopping. Too many people to buy for. Oh, thank goodness. I had a short shopping list this year. Phew. Oh my, hi Lupin. Oh my goodness, did they let you guys out? Did they lock up Luna and let you guys out? Hi Lupin Dupin, I love you. You're such a good baby. Sorry, one of the kitties came to say hi to me while I'm streaming. The holidays now is talking to random family members day. Do you have really big get-togethers? Is that why? Oh my goodness, thank God our family doesn't do that. I would lose it. Cryptid doesn't have a family tree. I've said this throughout my life. I have a family twig. But some people are like, oh, that's so sad. And I'm like, no, it's so convenient. Oh my God. I don't need all that nonsense. Can you imagine having more people when you don't like people, and so there's these people you don't like, but you have to hang out with them because you're related? Oh my goodness. Never. Linda, so nice. Who's Linda? Listen, Linda. Sorry, autocorrect. What were you trying to write? Self for future. Oh yeah, I guess for the future. Yeah, okay, sure. You want to autocorrect to for the future, that's fine. Oh, it sounds so nice. Linda, so nice from Sounds So Nice. How did your autocorrect do that? Not everyone lives in different states, so it's more of pass the phone around. That's even worse. It's even worse. Now I gotta be on phones with people? Dear God. I'm only on the phone whenever I have to be, and that's just for, like, scheduling, like, important doctor stuff. And, like, dentist stuff. And then, God, where else do I have to do it? If you held, like, a weapon up to my head, and I had to do it for the business, as the business keeps growing, as Cryptid Roots keeps growing, then I guess I could do it, but dear God, I don't wanna. Oh my God. No, I only do it when I have to be. And then you guys ever do the thing where you had to put on, like, your little adult persona? You're like, yes, okay, like, deep breath, center yourself, and then you're like, okay, I'm an adult. I've been an adult for years. I paid taxes for years. I can place a phone call to do adult stuff, and then you call the doctor's office, or you schedule an appointment, or you have to call your bank. One time I had to call my bank for stuff. Dear God. But you had to, like, get into your like professional persona. No, it takes all my energy. If you guys know the spoons analogy, it takes all my spoons for the day. It takes all of them. I'm done after that. That and emails. Emails are better, though. Emails are better. Friendo, I about to cry when I have to make a phone call. I hate them so much. Is it weird? Do you guys do the thing too? Sometimes I still answer phone calls. And a lot of times they're spam. They're like just a spam message or a spam call, like whatever. And it's such a relief. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is just a spam call, and then I just hang up, right? Like, it's fine. But then when it's then when it's not a spam call and you were like about you answer with your like normal voice, with you're like yes. You answered with like with a yes, but like with attitude, because you were like in your normal persona. And then it was actually, you know, like somebody like a friend or a family, or like changed their phone number and is calling you to give you like the new phone number or something, or it's like a business thing, whatever. And you answered with your normal voice, and you're like, yeah, hello. And then you had to like instantly shift. You had to like reach into your soul and grab all the spoons and all the social training you can harness, and you're like, nope, we're in phone call mode now. Okay. Okay. Just ignore it. If they call me again, it's a friend, because I tell everyone to call twice if I don't pick up. I can't do that shit, because now as we're getting more and more, my phone is the customer service voice is real for me. So it's not just friends who are calling me and stuff, because like, yeah, if you're my friend, like, dear God, why are you calling me? Just send me a text message. The fuck is wrong with you? And then accept the fact that I'm gonna forget that I read the text message, or I'm gonna forget that I didn't reply to the text message. I like made a response to the text message in my head, but I didn't actually send it. And then, you know, like, text me again about it later to remind me to answer you. No, my friends would text me. But if it's, since the business, a lot of it's just tied up to my stuff, I have professional industry contacts now, and I didn't have the foresight to, like, some of them didn't want to just message with the business email, the Cryptid Roots email. Some of them, oh my God, Lupin, you are moving all my monitors, settle down. Some of them wanted to call me to be able to schedule stuff and pick up embroidery and pick up different things for like shows or events we were doing. Anyway, they wanted the phone number. I didn't have a business phone number, so I gave these really cool industry professional contacts my phone number, in case they wanted to call me for anything or text me for anything about the Cryptid Roots business stuff. And so now in my head, what if some of them have gone on to like refer us to other people, to other clients who need embroidery done, and then those people will just be like, oh, okay, I'll call them, and they will just call us or text us and be like, hey, is this the phone number for Cryptid Roots? I got your name from so and so contact. This is a job I want you guys to do. Are you interested? So now occasionally I have to answer the phone. I had to answer the phone. I screwed myself over so bad. So I don't like letting it ring, because in my head, my paranoia is just like, what if this one time that you're about to let the phone ring, what if that time it's a new industry contact who's like scheduling you for a big job? You gotta answer the phone. I actually I had the phone right next to me while I'm sleeping, so in case I get a call, because I have a really weird sleep schedule, it will wake me up and I could just like literally just reach my hand out and answer the phone while I'm still like kind of half awake, half asleep. And you might think in your head like, oh, Cryptid, that's really paranoid, that will like never happen. It has happened. I have like answer the phone, and I'll be like, yeah, and they'll be like, hi, we're here, like this is somebody, this is the assistant of so and so contact, we're here scheduling this, will the embroidery be done today, can we schedule an earlier pickup? And I'll be like waking up like, yep, that embroidery can be done today, would you like it delivered, or are you sending a representative to pick it up at this address? And I'll just have to start saying bullshit while I'm like still asleep in bed, scheduling work stuff. It's horrible. I do not recommend it. I wish I had the foresight to have had a work phone number or a work cell phone. Not that I could have afforded to pay for that in the beginning, but it would have been nice. If anyone else is thinking of starting a business where you do stuff like this, it's a really good idea for future you. And have like work phone hours and like answering hours, because dear God, I've screwed myself over. Some of these people are like actually calling me at like 7 a.m. when like some people wake up, and I'm like, are you serious? I want to wake up at noon. I want to wake up at 1 p.m. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hi, Bear, what are you doing? Bear, what are you doing? Why are you back over here? Okay, bye. Be a good poodle. Don't mess with anything. Don't eat the cat food. He absolutely will. Anyway, what says you're horrible with answering the phone? It's definitely a skill you get better at as you keep doing it. But dear God, if it still isn't horrible. It's a horrible skill to have, but it's a skill you need to have. It sucks. I'm still terrible with answering the phone when I had to do stuff like that at work. I did not like answering the phone for work, because then it's like the recorded calls and stuff too. And like in person, you know, here, even on your screen here, right, I can keep yapping and talking and being friendly for a bit. I can be engaging. When you can't see me and it's just on the phone and I have to like look stuff up for people, or like ask somebody else for help, like, you know, the senior associate for help with something, and I have to put people on like hold and stuff, I'm like, this is horrible, this is not good customer service. I should be engaging and yapping and like talking with them, and you can't always, ironically enough, you can't always do that on the phone, because you have to like maybe put the phone down and put them on hold and go transfer them here and look stuff up for them and have somebody else take over the call. That's horrible. Hurts my heart. I don't want to do it. What's worse than answering a phone call is being bad at answering a phone call. And in my head, when you do that for a job, it always feels bad. There's no winning. Anyway, what was I talking about? God, do I want to write today? I've been writing so much today. It would be good if I kept writing on stream. It would be more work done. But also, I don't wanna. Hello, hope you're doing well today. Hello, Coral, it's good to see you. Yeah, I'm just tired. My brain's just fried. I was telling everyone else earlier, like, at the holidays with our business, it's really, really busy. So I feel like I used all my brain power during the day for our business. With what orders do we have to? Yeah, I was messaging people back on Etsy. I was scheduling wholesale orders with somebody who came to pick up stuff today for a convention they're doing tomorrow. People are wanting to know if their packages will arrive in time for Christmas. People are bumping up orders to get in time for stuff. My brain's done. Maybe I should just read today. I don't know if we... Oh. Can you guys see this Discord? No, okay, it's not popping up yet, so I can just look. I can just look. So you guys can't see it right now. It's still on the writing screen, but I'm looking at the Discord right now. Let's see. So there's a Google Doc. This is all in white. So then I do this, and then I get out of it. And then I can... Hold on, I'm processing. Every single aspect of my brain is working. Docs. Okay, so then it's on this. But then... Oh, I can't make it a black page with white font. I don't have that power. Sorry, this is the closest it's gonna get. I know it's hurting your eyeballs a little bit. Yeah, because normally I have it like this to help with your guys' eyeballs. This is what it will look like for story time, which I think it's still fine. It's still fine. It's still fine. This is author relics. How much? This is 11 pages. Do I want to read 11 pages today? We could just do the beginning. We could just do the beginning. Oh, my model's not tracking me properly. Or maybe I really do just look that tired. You may not have to come up with a new story idea, even though you already have so many. Why do you have to come up with a new one? What's wrong with all the old ones? Are they just not exciting anymore? You tired of them? You don't want them anymore? You gonna throw them into the trash? God, what was I saying? Maybe it's not even a camera issue. Maybe I just really look that tired. Does that look a bit better? Yeah, my model looks a bit more awake now. A little bit. Oh my goodness. Would we like story time instead? I see I see the viewership kept dropping as I keep talking about how tired I am. So would you guys like story time instead? I could do that. Suddenly I could update this. Reading more stories. And then I'll update it. Nothing wrong with them. You just have a lot going on in your head and like coming up with ideas for things. The actual writing for them, though, is an issue. Hey, if just imagining cool things is all you want to do, if you just like keeping... What are you guys doing back there? Don't mess with your grandpa's archery arrows. You don't need to. You're a cat. Leave the archery arrows alone. These cats, I swear. That's Ghost, by the way, not Lupin. And that's all you wanted to do? Then hey, it's fine. That's what makes you happy. If that's what gives you the serotonin and dopamine, then that's good. If your goal, and it doesn't have to be your goal, but if your goal is to come up with a story, like make a finished story for other people to consume as a story and like engage with, whether that be a fanfic, or it be a script, or it be a comic, or it be an actual novel or short story that you post somewhere, if you want to physically make one for other people to interact with and engage with, then like sometimes you do have to like choose a story and like focus. And that doesn't mean writing it. Although that could just be like, okay, make a plot outline, figure out all your plot holes, key plot. That's what, look at this, you're seeing me start writing down plot ideas. You're seeing me ask things like, hey, okay, so I had this nightmare sequence. Do I want to repeat another nightmare sequence? It doesn't have to be like fully fleshed out the first time. You can go through and make a little rough plotting outline guide, chatting to yourself, just journaling to yourself, trying to figure it out. Let's see, I think I just like to have a list of things written just in case you finish something ahead of time and want to continue on with something else. That's good to cycle through projects, cycle through it. If you ever do get a job producing your stories for writing, that's like the way to do it, sadly, because while one story you're like querying agents for, or it's been accepted and you're going through like the publishing and editing stuff with the traditional publishing house, it's good for you to step back and like work on something else. That way when that book is released and you get your small little paychecks, sorry, in advance comes in multiple checks, advance for that one, then you already are working on something else, and that's getting ready to also go to an agent and maybe to publishing houses and get picked up. And you had to always have a new project in the works to keep getting your little salaries here and there. So it's not a bad thing. What has a supernatural mystery story? Ooh, that you briefly started and you somehow added time travel and alternate dimensions to it. And that's when you gotta figure out, like, oh, do I like that these two things are here together? Do I like that they're both here? Or are these two different stories and this element has to be saved for a different story somewhere else? That's sometimes the hard part, you know? Realizing things like that. Like, oh, this is a really cool concept I want to play with. Sometimes it's even characters. Sometimes you start writing a lot of cool characters into your story, and then you're like, this cast of characters got way too big and convoluted and unnecessary. That doesn't mean you never use those characters again. You might just need to save best friends 3 through 16, and then like the 2 older brothers, and then this other character here. You just might need to save them to be characters in like a different story. Does anyone else do that? You just keep making up cool characters. I had a cannibal monster story where she's not like technically human, but she looks human. She's from another plane of existence, and her species, basically she looks like a cannibal. She's this cannibal like girl, and this knight is protecting and saving her because she's not evil. There's just other people in the world who are evil, so he's like he's trying to do like ethical cannibalism, just trying to kill like bad people for her to consume. It was a weird story. But anyway, there was this other character that I adored. It was oh man, I had like the coolest name for it. He was supposed to be a very polite serial killer. He had like a lot of manners, but he was kind of like a serial killer character. And I was so proud of it. I loved his name. I loved everything about him. I loved all his stuff. And then as it kept going on, I'm like, you know what? This character's so cool and unique. It's kind of taking away from my main cannibal girl here, who's the main character. That's kind of crazy. So I had to start contemplating, like, oh yeah, do I remove this guy from the story? Because the story wasn't about him. He was just a side character. But he had very big main character energy. So I put that story on hold for a while, but before it was put on hold, I was contemplating, like, do we need to cut this character? He is distracting. He's so cool, he's distracting. I feel like sometimes we had to make tough choices like that. I think I just somehow got there, sorry, I don't think anyone was talking about that. But yeah, it is good to have a list of stuff to keep working on, but sometimes you do have to buckle in, like lock in and focus and finish stuff. And that's what I'm struggling with over here with my 3 episodes that I have to go back and forth with. You have a British nurse named Evelyn, I love that name, that is in cold storage. Yep, gotta put her on ice, put her in a freezer back over here, and then then you gotta find the perfect and right story to use her in effectively. Anyway, would we like story time? I guess I should ask Author Relic, would you like partial story time today? I can't guarantee I can read a whole 11 pages, but the first chapter is only, it's It's 2 lines over 2 pages. It's only 2 pages. So I'll let Author Relic see. I think they're popping in and out because they're listening to a movie. But yeah, Author Relic, if you are interested in story time, I don't mind doing a short story time. I can do the first few pages tonight, depending on how tired I am. But what was I saying? I think until I hear back from Author Relic, let's buckle in a bit. So on paper, outside of streaming, I was working on the Witch's Sacrifice, and I was dealing with some big placement plot issues I was having with this one scene for the Witch's Sacrifice story. Witch of the Woods. We're now nailing down all the individual scenes, scene by scene, for the full episode, not just a short animatic. We already have the short animatic done, but now we're expanding it to be a full episode's worth of content. Hold on, the model's gonna freak out because I'm stretching. Okay. Let's take a sippy. Everyone hydrate or dihydrate. So she's gonna have the nightmare sequence. Your new story is basically a boy who has to overcome his anxiety and depression by literally dancing with his demons. So there's a ballroom, which is supposed to be his mind, and the demons are fear, anxiety, depression, etc. So he has to engage with them instead of avoiding them. That's very cool. That's cool. I like that. That's a really cool thing. Do each of them have like a different dance style? Sorry, that's immediately where my mind went. Like, is one of them like a tango? The other one's like a classic ballroom. The other one's like doing this style of dancing. That could be a fun little detail that they all have different dance styles. Maybe that's just me though. It's let me see here. So I think we're just gonna skip to the next page. We're gonna start with different dance styles and traits. Yeah, that's very cool. I like that. I think that'll be a fun thing to play with. That's a really cool idea. So where do we go here? I had for Witch of the Woods, we were playing with, first scene is either the nightmare sequence or the hero entering the village, then leading to the nightmare sequence. I almost kind of want flashcards. I want like flashcards to move around with all my different scenes, to like kind of put them like up and over and like move things around. I kind of want flashcards. The core metaphor you went with is mental illness is not something to defeat, but something to understand, live with, and move alongside, hence the dancing aspect. I like that. I like that you have a clear goal with what you're trying to accomplish. I like that. I think that could be a really fun thing to explore. Sorry, I had a hiccup. I hope as you finish it, maybe you'll also submit it to Storytime submission for a critique here on stream, and let us all hear about it, even if it's just part of it, and then I can read it when I'm less tired. Oh my god, there's a ghost behind my monitor. Do not drink my water. No, it's mine. This is my water. It's you have water bowls throughout the house. You have them, they're yours. Don't steal my water. Don't put your tail in my water. Living with cats is so fun. Living with cats is so fun. What was I saying? But yes, Cryptid approved story idea. I like the metaphor. I like the idea. I hope that when you're further progress with the idea, you also share it here with us, and we can all experience it together. It will be fun. As someone who dealt with and still deals with that stuff, I feel like these ideas speak to you more. Yeah. You know what's kind of hard right now? I've been struggling because this is kind of my first like really big thing. In horror, because there's horror elements throughout the Three Little Witches storyline. And my main critique partner, my main critique person, actually doesn't like horror. So I was waiting back and forth to hear their feedback and talk to them more and get critique on this. And it's not something they're interested in. I'm like, oh shit. I wanted more critique and feedback on the storyline and on ways to fix different plot issues before I did the next step with the storyboard artist, and now I'm like, shit. I might have to find a different critique partner. So yeah, so then stuff this is something that's speaking to me right now. I'm trying to diving into a little bit of the horror and gore element with the Three Little Witches storyline. And sometimes when you dive into a new element, even if it speaks to you, then it's like, shit, I lost access to these other resources in like critique partners or people who normally read and engage with your content. If it's now different content, you're like, fuck. I think I generally just dealt with like a more generic fantasy before, and this is kind of fantasy horror. So it's still kind of rooted in the same thing, but it's a little different. Has anyone else done that? Have you guys ever changed genres or changed a different project, and people who liked one project were not the same audience as you were aiming with the new project? Oh man, it's rough. I'll tell you that. Now I'm over here like, shit, now I have to find more critique partners. This is shit. This is the worst. Let's see here. Entering into the nightmare sequence. Into a nightmare sequence. Younger sister is still alive. Bed next to her. Do I have my notes? You also really like darker things in Tim Burton Kingdom Minds. The style of the story is inspired by him. Oh wow. You had to look up at like what type of works you're looking at for Tim Burton, because some of the stuff that you think he made, he's actually just a producer for. Some of the stuff he's the director, some of them he's a producer, some of them he's a writer and director. Like he has different roles for different things. So not all of them are actually like funnily enough, not all of them are actually his work. So it just depends. So like isn't that a funny like little quirky thing? I don't know why I said quirky, like that little quirky thing. You like fantasy, sci-fi, and mystery. Are those the genres you normally work in? It's just that specific style you went with. Okay. Yeah, I just thought it was a little interesting tidbit of like, oh yeah, a lot of stuff that I thought Tim Burton actually made, he didn't necessarily make, he was involved in. But he didn't necessarily make it. I thought that was a really interesting distinction sometimes. Yeah, but this is my first thing. It's my first plotting out a script. Scripting is hard. Is it hard? Do I say it's harder than a novel? No. Because I've had a lot of issues like plotting out stuff for a novel too and using the right words for stuff. Is it still hard? Because it's also like a pacing issue, staying things within a certain time frame while also trying to resolve what you can show on screen and what you can't. Yeah, it is a different meaning. Because sometimes with writing, you can weave in details that just the readers know. Like, you can let readers know stuff. When it's something that's going to be visually displayed for people, you either have to have characters say or think it out loud, or it has to be shown on screen. So it's a little bit different. It's a big twist on the medium. It's a different way of doing things. He technically stole the idea for Nightmare Before Christmas, but he's more associated with it. Yeah, I heard there was some drama, but I haven't looked into it. But I think there was like drama with Night Before Christmas. But for sure, it's just that specific style you want in general. Yeah, it's like, man, it's not a nightmare, it's the nightmare sequence. Stop. The nightmare sequence. There you go. You have a love-hate relationship with sci-fi. I'll fully admit I am not. Sorry for the cough into the mic. I normally try to avoid that. I will fully admit I'm not the biggest sci-fi fan. I'm kind of biased against sci-fi, actually. I don't naturally gravitate towards sci-fi. And I get people like, oh, sci-fi and fantasy, and I'm like, no, I love fantasy. I do not like sci-fi. I think the closest I get to, I am okay with steampunk sometimes. I do like steampunk stuff. But I don't really like sci-fi. Isn't that funny? Normal people like both. So what's your love-hate relationship with it? Do you have a love-hate relationship with writing it? Or just engaging with the media in general? Is there stuff you love and hate about it? Because I can understand, like, hating to write it, because sometimes with sci-fi you have to get, like, technical, logical about technology stuff. That's not always fun. You're like, oh yeah, I had to, like, describe problems with this engine for a rocket ship. And you're like, shit, now I need to know about engines for rocket ships in space. Oh no. Hello, T. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Have you been working on any interesting writing projects? How are you doing? Right now, I think a lot of people, me included, are having a we're having a slow day with our writing. It's a hard day to write today for some reason. Been a while, has it? I have no clue. I've been in work mode. Sorry, model stuck. There we go. Writing it and the media. You hate when it's overly complicated in media. And that's the thing I think I don't like about it too. It always feels very focused on the science side instead of the fiction side. Science fiction. And I always feel like, oh, they put a lot of focus on the on the science and technology side, and I'm like, okay, whatever. You've been swamped with tests this week. Oh no. Like you've had 10 tests this week? Oh my god, no, that's horrible. I'll be 12 by the end of tomorrow. Just, dear god, I'm so glad I don't have to do it. Can you believe, earlier, yesterday and today, I was thinking, like, should I start doing some more courses back in college again? I kind of want to pursue more education stuff again. That could be really good for me. And then I actually think about it, and I'm like, do I really wanna? It's a lot of money to be miserable. I don't know. You can't stand Star Trek? Do you like the Star Wars one? I feel like a lot of sci-fi nerds, I say nerds affectionately. Lord knows I'm a nerd too, just not a sci-fi one. I feel like a lot of sci-fi nerds, they either like Star Trek or Star Wars. They normally only like one or the other. If you like one, you kind of don't like the other. There's like a rivalry there. Enemies to lovers speedrun. Become the smart. Man, aren't I smart enough? I already get enough migraines as it is. Come on. Do I need to be more smart? Oh yeah, I was thinking of since I went to a college that was like a couple hours away, I was thinking of doing more stuff in the local college scene and trying to build more of a network there. And debating, like, do I try to pursue more costuming stuff, even though we already kind of have the business and enough stuff with sewing and embroidery. I was like, should I go back to school for creative writing? Try to build up a network there, try to learn some more cool stuff there, maybe pursue editing, and then I could give you guys like real edits rather than just like my best attempt at critique. Maybe I could actually be like officially smart in editing and help you guys with that. But then it's not technically a degree for editing, it's just like you can just take courses and get certifications, but not be like certified. There's no official certification. You just take courses. I'm just doing the pattern with my mouse, by the way. Sorry if that's bothering you guys. I don't know. I've just been thinking about it lately. There's a lot of stuff I could do. I've even been thinking like, oh, if I want to pursue like doing more stuff for animations, if I end up liking this being like a project that could take years to actually ever be fully animated, if it ever does, because Lord knows it would take a lot of money. I'm like, oh, should I go to school? Should I try to learn some more things about like storyboarding and script writing? That could be good. You know, I don't know. There's just a lot of things I'm thinking about right now. Star Wars is okay with the main story, but if you go down the rabbit hole, it'll give you a headache. Yeah, Mama Cryptid, you guys might... If there's any Star Wars fans in here, you guys might end up hating it. You guys will end up, like, unfollowing me. Mama Cryptid has a theory, because Mama Cryptid does not like Star Wars. Mama Cryptid has one big issue with the plot of Star Wars. I don't know, I don't want to step on any toes if I have a lot of Star Wars fans here. But Mama Cryptid has been very vocal about one big issue she has with the Star Wars franchise, plot-wise, with the story. And that's that everything could have been saved if Luke Skywalker, I think it's Luke, just had a bake sale. Everything would have been solved. Nothing later on after with, like, no, not Luke. Anakin. The Anakin one. The one who becomes Darth Vader. The future Darth Vader kid. Everything would have been solved if he just had a bake sale. And, Mama Cryptid doesn't like everything of him turning evil and joining the dark side. They're like, nope, everything would have been solved if before all that he just had a bake sale. There you go, everything would have been fixed. The lore got confusing, especially with the books. I bet. I can easily understand, especially since as it's like changed hands and other people have gone involved with it. FNAF lore is worse as everything is debated if it's canon or not. Don't come in here. I know the FNAF lore. I'm the expert. I'll get on my soapbox and start telling you guys my crazy FNAF conspiracy theories. Don't get me started, or we're getting off this train. We're getting off this train. I used to, when I was like super deep into the FNAF lore, we were like watching all the videos, we were like consuming all the books, and I was like watching all the different playthroughs and on the forums and stuff. I would I would like go to sleep and I would wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning, right? And I would like call Roots upstairs, and I'd be like, and Roots is like, why are you calling me? And I'm like, I understand this, and I would like just spill out, and it happened multiple times. I would wake up from a dead sleep and then just have connected some dots, or like discovered something, and I would wake up and call them and tell them what I learned, and then instantly go back to sleep. So they were like, oh, you're like a prophet, but only very specifically for random stupid FNAF lore. A god speaking directly to you, but only about FNAF lore. Before we started all this, it was like 2021 or so. I was considering, but before our business really took off, before we started everything with Cryptid here now, this little VTuber, my original idea for a YouTube series, I was going to start a YouTube channel. I've been on and off wanting to do that for a while. We ended up doing it for the business, but before, I was considering just doing a YouTube channel, and I was going to talk about the FNAF lore and different things about the books and how it all worked out in the timelines. I was going to have like a master timeline thing. You don't understand, I had like post-it notes. I was making scripts for videos. It was really bad. I was like trying to look at stuff like, how do I hire like an editor to put in stuff that I want while I'm talking about different things. And I gave him a spill. We need a Cryptid VTuber lore. It's been mentioned on and off, but yeah, I'm a Florida Cryptid. I emerged from the swamps and into the abandoned 811 parking lot. I saw all the different people, and it's kind of like a Little Mermaid moment where it's like, oh, there's all these humans. I want to learn more about humans and about how that works. I want to get more involved with it. So I gave this raccoon I saw, Roots, it ended up being Roots, human intelligence, so that way they could help me navigating the human world, because raccoons normally interact more with humans, right? And so I gave them human intelligence to help me. And by doing so, I accidentally gave them human stuff like depression and anxiety. Those are very human feelings that happens when you have human intelligence. So that's why Roots is like very tired. I accidentally gave them human anxiety and depression, even though they're just a raccoon. And then Roots the raccoon ended up helping me take stuff from the dumpsters outside the abandoned Eat 11 and the abandoned Best Buy that's right next to it. Those two buildings are right next door. And we got stuff from their dumpsters, and we cobbled it all together, and we used duct tape and stuff to make a streaming setup. And now I'm everyone's favorite local cryptid because I'm local to you. I'm right here on your screen. And I'm learning more and more about humans every day. We're deep into the Assassin's Creed lore. I'm a little AFK, but I've been here. Hi, Penny. It's good to see you. Oh my goodness. I think I get more anxious when I was like, oh, I've just been lame and hanging around and being tired on stream, and then Penny's seeing me at my lamest. Oopsie. But no, I remember I really liked your last storytime submission, Penny. I'm over here and I'm like, man, I want to hear more of that. That was really cool. If you guys ever want to know Cryptid's reading taste, the last storytime submission Penny was a part of, and I'm like, that's right up my alley. Oh no. Chips and salsa is yummy? Yeah. I don't know why you're mentioning it though, but yeah. No pressure. Yeah, just like me with telling you in peak, like, yeah, you're not allowed to die and leave me alone and in charge again. No pressure. Oh my goodness. But, what was I saying? But yeah, so it's not like too heavy deep lore, it's just kind of that origin story with Cryptid. That's all she's, gotta work on the things you pointed out. And hey, I always say, like, you don't always need to go back and actually edit if it's a work in progress. I don't know if you finished that story, if it's a work in progress. If it's still a work in progress, I always say don't edit yet. Just continue, right? Just continue writing, keep making more stuff. And just right now with those things in mind, working with those things in the back of your head. And once the entire work is finished, then you can go back and actually start fixing stuff. It's so much work on yourself if you try to edit and write, because sometimes you'll keep writing and you'll get halfway or 3/4 through a book, and then you're like, oh wait, I need to change everything that came before this to make it make sense now, to make it work. Restarting my lo-fi beats. And then you're like, oh shit. So it doesn't really matter then that you edited the first chapter 20 times? Because then you get almost to the end and they're like, oh, my first chapter I had to get rid of it. It doesn't make sense anymore. So normally you finish your full rough draft and then you go back and edit. It's a work in progress, and I can definitely see what you meant. Your midnight snacks. Okay, it had no correlation. You're just talking about your midnight snacks. Your midnight snacks are chips and salsa? Chips and salsa at midnight? Hey, I guess it's whatever makes you happy. That, I don't know. That seems like a good snack. I just don't know if it's a midnight snack for me. Does anyone else consider that a midnight snack? Like, in your mind, you know the thing's happening, so you were unconsciously trying to brush things, like go past them really fast. That is the second chapter I've gone over several times. Oh no, be kinder to yourself, be nicer, just buckle in, let all your earlier stuff be in its rough state. Lord knows all this stuff is in a rough state, and just get it out there, get it onto the page, and then you can fix things like the big things first, or like the developmental edits, fix the plot holes, fix the pacing, rearrange stuff, cut stuff out that isn't needed anymore. You'll do all those, and then you'll do your next edits after that. You'll keep getting like closer and closer to the writing as you fix it over time. But you can't fix it all until you get it all out onto the page. Depends. You just air fried a grilled cheese for your midnight snack? That's so much work. Oh, well, air fried, so it's like an air fryer. That's a little bit easier. That's a bit easier. Okay. Maybe I'm just really lazy. You know what I love? I love having breakfast foods at midnight. I love having last night, when it was like 1 or 2 a.m., I had this, oh my god, perfectly toasted bagels dripping with butter. It was so delicious. I had a coffee mocha drink with extra chocolate in it. Oh my god. It was a full breakfast. I was having it at like 1 or 2 a.m. Oh my god, that was perfect. You're just super messy when writing. I'll write a random scene and then connect it to the other scenes with on the fly. Yep. I did that, Lord knows, for years. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be a little bit more logical for future me's editing self. Is it actually helpful? I have no idea. I have no idea. Okay, you're back? Hi, Relic, it's good to see you. You're not a planner? I don't know if you consider what I do a planner or a pantser. Because again, I kind of go by the seat of my pants with, like, hey, what if we did this? Oh no, that doesn't work. Okay, we'll do that. But I'm still, like, in the plotting, like, it's just a rough outline like this. And then I'll go back and I'll continue. So I'm like figuring things out on the fly, but I'm still plotting. And then I won't actually write all my fancy pretty words until I at least 90% have this cobbled together plot figured out. Because I used to just write. I used to just, like, use all my pen. I used to just write and fill pages and pages and pages. And then I never finished those stories. Because then I would go through after a page or after a few chapters and realize, oh shit, I don't know what to do next. I got stuck. So now I'm trying to be, not just now, but like for the past years, I've tried to be a bit more consistent. I'm like, hey, figure out where you're going before you use the pretty words. So I guess in that sense, I'm now a planner. I guess I'm a planner. The late night awakens everyone's inner big back. Yeah, very broad strokes, but whatever happens between those seats is what happens. Oh, you're like, it ain't up to me. It's whatever those characters decide. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I used to, when I was younger, I was very much like, oh yeah, maybe you guys will realize that too if you guys have been writing for a couple years. When I was younger, I was very much the type of writer of like, oh, I don't control my characters. It's whatever the characters do. I'm not in charge of that. And now, I'd say easily the past like 5 or so years, I've been like, oh yeah, these characters are a narrative tool for me to express a story and express like different things. I actually can figure out what they do and how to move it. I might have to switch things around to make it make sense for why that character did it or behaved this way. But there's definitely been a shift in the last few years in how I approach characters. You had German bread as your midnight snack yesterday? Yeah, what's the German bread? Is it different type of bread? Is it fancy bread? Is it crunchier bread? Is it stiffer bread? Is it the softest bread imaginable? Is it like a baguette? I'm just imagining it's a baguette, but that the Germans just say it's their thing now. Reformation. It's called Reformation Brötchen. Brötchen? I'm just guessing that's how you say it. Brötchen. It's probably not at all how you say it. Everyone's like laughing at me saying that word, but that's how my little American self is trying her best. Oh my goodness. You unironically feel like your biggest strength is dialogue and descriptions. And I would agree with you. I think even when I was reading your piece, I was saying like, oh, these scenes, these descriptions are so cool. You should be describing it more, which is leaning into your strength. Right? It's taking that time to expand it and really let the readers be immersed in it. And I was like, yeah, like you should do more of this because the scene was cool. The descriptions, what was happening was cool. It was just going a little too fast. So I was like, yeah, the readers need to stay here. This is some cool shit. Tasty stuff. It's like jelly in the bread. Okay, with raisins and almonds in the dough. Oh, that sounds yummy. That sounds yummy. Oh no. I can send you some descriptions of people later if you'd like. Sure. Whatever you guys ever want to send. And that can either be in the story submissions for everyone to look at, or if you just want to send it to me like directly. And I'll just look at it and I won't share it with other people. Either way's good. What was I saying? Oh, there's this. Hold on. And band. What is happening? Okay, no, I got rid of them. Oh my god, all the bots are in here right now. I don't know if you guys can see them, but I'm working. I'm banning them as fast as I can. You don't mind either way? Yeah. Mine are all basic, like a PB&J with... I thought you were talking about your writing. You're still talking about the food. I was like, all your writing's like a basic PB&J. No, wait. Okay, we're talking about the midnight snacks. You love potato pancakes? I love, I don't know about what the potato pancakes are instead, but, I'm over here like, oh my god, I really want waffles now. I want waffles drenched in syrup. I'm being bad. I need less of the junk food. We have now hit Cryptid bot era. Dear god, please no. No, then I'd have to get Roots over here, like, actually doing a full-time mod stuff. No. I need to be like, Roots, you need to do your job more. Oh my god. But yeah, hi Relic. I was saying earlier, I don't know if I'm awake enough. I saw the thing you sent in. It's about 11 pages. So I was saying, I think you said it was a short story. We could either do the full short story on a different stream, or I could just try to do a couple of pages, like 3 or 4 pages tonight. I'll just do the beginning of it. To be fair, some descriptions I made when hungry, so PB&J can 100% be used. Oh no. Oh my god. It's like hash browns. Oh my, with more grease and onions mixed in. Dear god, don't ever say that to any more Americans. If you say like, oh yeah, it's like this really good thing that all Americans like, but it's more greasy, dear god, all the Americans will flock to it like flies. Dear god. Keep it away from us. Oh my god, we'll have heart attacks eating it. The short story deserves a full read. It is too epic to not read fully. Waffle House hash browns would slap right now. I've only been in a Waffle House to eat like once or twice before. I need to go out and interact with more human food establishments then, I guess. Is it bad that I'm still like, no, the Waffle House is what, like, it's what you use just to tell if the hurricanes are bad or not. If the Waffle House closes, then you're in deep shit. That's all that matters. Honestly, the opposite. I'd rather have a pepper than a burger. Oh, Roots is kind of like that. They out of the two of us, I was the child who was more interested in eating junk food, and Roots naturally was a lot more of a healthier eater. They just naturally had a healthier, more balanced diet. And now I'm like I've been exercising for the past year, and so I've been pretty consistent with it, but I need to up the amount of like weights and stuff I deal with. That way I can actually get stronger. I've kind of stayed at my exercise regime for a while. I need to like up it a little bit to actually get more results. And then I need to, the other big thing is I need to cut out the soda. The soda's the biggest thing that's getting me. The soda, man. You're broke, which sucks. I feel ya. I always look at other career paths I could have done, and I'd be like, wow, maybe I would have been... It's not me being a blue person on stream, but hey, I might have had money if I had taken that other career path instead. I had so many family members and other people be like, oh, you should have been a bartender. You would have made so much money in your college age. And I'm like, I'm only 30 now. Like, please. I'm not that old yet. I could still be a bartender if I wanted to. But there was a lot of people when I was young, just under college, like, you need to be a bartender. You would make so much money. Something like their tan skin contrasted the amethyst eyes. They used to stare at me, and yet they harmonized like PB&J. Oh no. But I'll take a bite out of a block of cheese if you give me one. Yep, yeah, that's my raccoons. That's my raccoons in the chat. You unironically would love to get into mixology. Yeah, I think that's when you do like all the fancy stuff too. Right? You use like all the different colors, and there's like the layers, and you name them all like cool specialty names instead of just like a regular drink. And you can charge it. It's normally at like the bougier bars and stuff too that will have like a mixology specialist over here you need to go and like wait in line and get like a specialty drink. It's normally like the more like hip, cool places that have like funkier lighting. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Would you do it just for you, just to make your own drinks, or would you actually want to be working at a bar as a mixology specialist? The amount of vids I've seen of bougie bartenders setting the table on fire to make a drink. Yep, that's the vibe. Gainesville city planning needs to be studied. There's 3 Waffle Houses that's in walking distance from me. Why are you complaining? That I bet it's gonna be some fun. You guys ever seen those like crazy conspiracy theory people, but like the spooky witchy ones, the spooky witchy conspiracy theory people, and they do the things where like they find certain cities or maps of like entire like continents, and they like try to map out like a pentagram to show that it's like evil or cursed, and they like show like, oh yeah, you see there's 5 different cell phone towers and that are this distance apart, and they make a pentagram or a pentacle over like Texas, and you're like, you're really stretching here, like that. What are you talking about? I bet if you zoom out, it's not like 3 in walking distance. There's actually like there's enough Waffle Houses, and they actually make like an ancient demonic sigil around where you live. I bet there'd be some crazy conspiracy theorist somewhere on the depths of Reddit that has like pointed that out, that the Waffle Houses near you make like an evil sigil. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I swear to God, this is a thing. I'm not making it up. Help me lock in for doing my homework. You've turned into the wrong stream to be focused. Isn't this the stream where I get distracted and you guys all get distracted with me for however long I stream? You chose the distraction stream to help you lock in. T. Also, does Cryptid love the back of Spencer's? Spencer's the store? Like the back. I worked there for several years. I was even a supervisor there. I was almost a manager. Did I like working there? Yeah, I worked at multiple locations. It was really fun. You know what's in the back, right? Yeah, I just told you I was almost a manager at several locations. I don't know why you're asking me that. Are you asking like if I'm an adult who enjoys adult things? Yeah. But yeah, I actually really liked working. Do I love the pay from working at Spencer's? No. It's a generic mall retail job. The pay was not great. Hold on, I had to cough. I'm gonna mute my mic. Okay. I think I got all the coughs out. I think if you are like in a retail space, like working at Spencer's, as far as retail jobs go, was one of the best I had. Do you also get some of the craziest stuff? Absolutely, especially if you're like a woman working at the Spencer's, you get some fucked up shit happening. You went to go find a meme and come back to a Spencer's combo? I don't know, ask T. T did it this time. I'm blaming T. You also were talking about 3 Waffle Houses in walking distance from you earlier, so don't complain about this stream going in every direction. But no, I think if you are looking for like those retail jobs, especially like mall retail jobs, like at a local mall, Spencer's was one of my favorites that I did. As far as like my co-workers and the vibe and the stuff we got to like learn about and be engaged with. I was for one store, because you'll have different sections that you'll be in charge of, especially as a supervisor. They were going to make me the specialist for the back, because I'm very easy to talk to, so I'm very knowledgeable. So having people who were new to the stuff in the back of a Spencer's would sometimes feel more comfortable talking with me about that stuff. So they were going to, but they had people who were more knowledgeable about it, who had been there longer, so they were just going to keep them in charge of that stuff at both locations I worked at. And instead, I actually, for many stores, became the most knowledgeable about jewelry. My special the thing I specialized in was the jewelry and the piercings. And I actually specialized with that, and I got really, really knowledgeable, really, really good with that. Your physics teacher dropped us off at this new unit that's really confusing. It never gave us any notes or told us the formulas we needed. Am I cooking? You're not cooked. You have to look stuff up. You have to, like, Google stuff. And that's hard, and that's probably really fucking sucks. I'd hate doing that for homework. But you're not cooked. It just sucks. Yes. Roots are not helping. Oh my goodness. What was I saying earlier? The Reki is progressive, so some formulas we don't need yet. Drop us off at a... Yes, I mean, but you need it now. I'm confused. Why are all my raccoons banning each other? You guys are so silly. This is where I would use solely? I don't know what that is. Maybe it's because I'm not a physics person. I'm not a physics kind of cryptid. I'm a sewing and writing and creative liberal arts cryptid. Please be kind on me. Like, he starts simple and then goes advanced. Yeah, that's what that's what teaching does. Yeah. Most things in life, if it's a good teacher, you start simple and then you go advanced. And it's progressive, so you'll keep learning new formulas as you need them. And when you need them, then you'll learn them. So then you gotta go look them up, because now you need them. I'm confused where the disconnect is. What was I saying? But yeah, do you guys like? It's an AI problem solver that shows the steps of the problem. But I pull on the Raccoon Tribute of the 7th year, section 4075, paragraph 87, Gimme Hands 92, story time. I didn't know that the raccoons have unionized and been so official for so many years. I've only been streaming for a little while. What do you mean? When did you guys have time to do all this? That means some of the harder problem formulas we don't need yet because we're starting on the simple. Okay, but if you have problems now that need the harder formulas, then congratulations, you're at the stage where you need the harder formulas. Tis in the woods, tis in the words. Check out the memes tab. That's what I mean about the city planning. No. We have reached space tech. The world will burn. Where did you get space tech? Oh my god. Okay, let me look at the memes, and then we'll have story time for however long I can go. I don't know if you guys can see this. Oh, in Florida we have some of these, but they're Publixes. Where they're actually like in eyesight from each other. We had that with some Publixes. It's crazy. There's 2 Publixes that are in like line of sight of each other. Like if you're in the parking lot of one, you can see the other one. And then if you turn around the corner, there's a 3rd Publix. It's the older Publix. We have that. It's Publixes. Oh my god. Commander Roots gave it to us? Roots, when did you do this? When did you give them years of raccoon tribute section paragraph unionizing handbooks? Huh. When did you... So even Roots says no. Roots, what are you doing? Why are you giving my raccoons this much power? They're gonna fight against me. Your guess is as good as mine. Oh no. So okay, do we want story time? Are you guys all buckled in for story time? This is from author. Get out of here! Stop editing stuff where I'm looking at your screen. Get out of here! Take that little cursor and go! Gonna go. Oh, I'm trying to eke it. No! No, okay. Sounds like another story of lore between Commander Roots and Cryptid. You're the one giving all this different lore, and I'm like, this is just a raccoon that I gave anxiety to. That's what Roots is. Roots is a raccoon with anxiety. Oh, and you guys all act like they're the cool one, and I'm like, no, this is my stream. I'm the cool one. Little dancing Mothman. Do you like the little dancing Mothman emote? A lot of everyone else is really happy with it. I'm happy we got it. I think it's cool. True, but they are the commander. You're the one who said they were a commander, weren't you? I think it was you. I think it was you who started it. Okay. Let me restart my lo-fi. We'll have a little bit of story time. Chapter 1, The Overture of Ruin. The frozen ocean did not yet know it was about to die. Sir Aurelian Vale stood alone upon the vast ice field, boots planted at the edge of a fault line glowing faintly with imprisoned fire. The wind was still. The sky hung low and iron-colored, as if the heavens themselves were holding their breath. He raised the violin. The first note unfurled like a living thing. It was monstrous and beautiful, a sound too vast for mortal throats, trembling with grief, valor, and ancient defiance. The bow drew slowly and deliberately, and the air bent around it. Ice sang an answer. The distant glaciers moaned. Beneath the frozen ocean, lava stirred, its glow pulsing in time with the melody like a buried heart remembering how to beat. Each note carried weight, history given voice. Empires fallen, gods bled, nights buried without songs. Aurelian's fingers bled. Aurelian's fingers bled almost immediately. Red beads froze to the strings, becoming part of the music. He did not flinch. Then the harmony shifted. The overture darkened, warped, descended into something older, more serpentine. The melody twisted, its beauty curdling into prophecy. The wind returned. From the horizon rose Mount Gore, its black peak spearing the sky. Thunder rolled, not from clouds, but from footsteps. Each step struck the air like a drumbeat of doom. Boom. Boom. Kurogami Ashen Vale descended from the mountain spine. With every step, the bass of the world deepened. The ice shuddered. Fault lines crawled outward in terror. Lava surged beneath the surface, answering his approach like a royal beast. As he walked, voices rose. From temples, cathedrals, ruins, and blood-soaked altars across the land, priests fell to their knees. Their prayers tore free from their throats and were carried on the wind, thousands of voices merging into a colossal, trembling orchestra. A chorus of fear, of knowing. Their words braided through the storm. The underworld has opened. The coil stirs. Nagini has breathed again. The name struck the world like a curse. Kurogami stopped at the edge of the shattered ice, his body half shadow, half death. Burial sutras fluttered from his limbs. Black god Iker, pulsed through translucent veins. His eyes were hollow gates. Something vast stared through them. The god of the underworld has returned me, Kurogami said, his voice layered and cold. Nagini coils within my soul. Sir Aurelian let the final note linger. Then he stopped playing. The silence that followed was absolute. I'm kidding. He reached up and slid his blue steel helmet down over his face. The visor locked with a sullen click. stealing his eyes away from the world. Light caught on the ancient ruins etched into the metal, glowing faintly in resonance with the violin still humming in his grasp. I will do what must be done, Aurelian said, voice steady, final. I will send the wretched back to hell. He stepped forward. The bow drew once more, fast, sharp. The violin screamed. Light erupted around him as the instrument collapsed inward, strings snapping in sacrificial harmony. Wood and sound folded into steel, forming into a large, elegant broadsword, its blade radiant with swirling bands of harmonic light. Air bent around it. Frost melted. Ice hissed and cracked beneath its boots. Kurogami's lips curled into something almost like a smile. You will fail, the undying shadow said. The ocean groaned. The ice began to split. I'm just looking a little bit forward ahead. So this was just the first chapter. The next part here is chapter 2. Hold on, I'm stretching. So just initial thoughts. I think since this is longer, I'm gonna try and give like little notes as I do it when it's those good breaks. Because sometimes when I read a longer piece, then I forget what my initial notes are, and then it's not as good of a critique. I think this is still going to. There's a lot of abstract description. So you have descriptions of what's going on. They're very abstract poetry fancy stuff. And that's cool. You do that very, very well. We've seen that in a lot of your works. That you are very I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I'm trying to think of words. Very artistic with some of your descriptions that you do use. I feel like I think I need some more grounded descriptions. I don't know what Sir Aurelian Vale looks like, other than he's probably a male. And then halfway... Hold on. When do we actually get it? No. So almost when this chapter is over, so like halfway through the second page, then I'm like, oh, okay, he's wearing a steel helmet. So I'm like, oh wait, is he in full armor? I don't even know if he's in full armor or not. And then we have this it sounds like a giant, this godly being, perhaps, Kurogami Ashenvale, which I'm not. It depends on your world building. If you're mixing different things, Kurogami sounds very Japanese to me. Maybe it's other languages too, but it just to my weeb mind sounds Japanese. Ashenvale sounds almost European medieval fantasy, almost like World of Warcraft-esque. So I'm like, oh, are those two things supposed to have different vibes? Is that part of the world building, to have different cultures in this being? I'm not quite sure. But I actually don't know, other than that he came from this giant mountain, this Mount Gore. And I think he actually is a giant, because his footsteps sound like thunder. And the fault lines... Hold out. I think this is actually a giant. But other than, like, besides that, I'm not quite clear on what Kurogami looks like. His body's half shadow, half death, which is a cool description, but I still don't actually know what that looks like. Burial sutras, blood from his limbs. He has translucent veins, and you can see the black blood. So then he isn't in half shadow, half death, because I'm guessing that he's maybe pale, and we can see that this black blood through the veins. So you see what I mean? Like, I'm trying to, like, visualize what is happening in the scene. This is just for fun. You're looking at too deeply. This is just meant to be an epic fight scene. Oh, okay. Well, then you need to tell me that. That way I won't... Because when you guys send me stuff, I am gonna look at it seriously, because I want to give you guys good critique. You know what I mean? But if it is just for funsies, then I don't need to worry about that. He's not a giant. The entire thing's meant to be like an anime fight scene with loud orchestra opera music playing over it. Okay. This is just for funsies. It's just for fun. Okay. Chapter 2, The Crescendo of Blood and Shadow. The Flash one is just for fun? The Flash one? Which one's the Flash one? Is it this one? But anyway, Kurogami Ashendale stood with his arms outstretched. The air buckled around him. Black god Iker rose from his skin like smoke pulled backward into a storm. Give your honest review, it's really hard to write anime fight kind of stuff. Yeah, and that's one of the things because you're writing it like it's a story. And sometimes this kind of stuff is better for writing a script for storyboarding. I think I even gave you this advice once, like really briefly. But I'm like, oh, you really like going into the descriptions and the background and the tone and world setting. I almost wondered if some of your stuff should have been comics instead, like colored comics, because you have such a clear description of what the background and the setting and the scenery should look like and the tone. And sometimes that's easier to convey through a visual format. Sorry, I'm moving my mouse around. What was I saying? And I was like, oh, and then I feel like your characters are more like NPCs sometimes moving about on stuff, just completing the stuff in like a game or in a comic. And I was like, oh, I wonder if Author Relic is more inclined to actually writing scripts for comics. I wonder if that would be like a fit you would find like really comfortable. It's supposed to be like a knight versus undead ninja with demigod powers. It's rough, at least in your opinion. Okay. Oh, the short story you submitted titled Flashes for fun. Okay, so then do you not want critique on it? What? Do you not want critique on it? If so, just make a note in the Discord. That way when I read it later that I know, like, oh, okay, they don't actually want critique on it. They don't want the feedback. Or I don't know, I think sometimes I'm struggling. Like, when people submit stuff for critique in Storytime, do you guys actually want critique? Do you guys want those reviews? Or do you guys just want your stuff shared? You know what I mean? I think letting me and the other raccoons in the Discord know, like, what do you want from share? Because my initial goal with Storytime was like, oh yeah, it's Storytime, it's fun to do, and then it's get critique. Okay, put in a spell. Thank you so much. That way, like, you guys aren't disappointed, because sometimes you guys do just want to share things, and then like if you guys critique and you're like, ah, no, I didn't actually want critique, I just wanted to share this cool thing I worked on, and then I'm like, oh, well, I didn't want it to be critique. If you guys didn't want to critique, then that's uncalled for. But yeah, the initial thing with this was to be a space where people could critique, because I know sometimes it's really hard to actually get feedback on your writing work, like actual, not just, oh yay, it's good, not just like general cheerleading from like your friends and family, like actual critique. How do I make this better? I need another set of eyes looking at this to give me feedback, to make this a stronger story, to make this a stronger writing. So I wanted to give that and offer it. And now I'm like, as our raccoons keep growing, as they keep joining the Cryptid cult, I'm kind of at this crossroads where I'm like, oh wait, I think some of my raccoons don't actually want that. You're always welcome critique, but this is a branch out from what you normally write. Okay. So let's see here. Kurogami Ashendale stood with his arms outstretched. The air buckled around him. Black god Iker, I don't know if I'm saying that right, my bad, rose from his skin like smoke pulled backward into a storm. Burial sutras ignited, burning without flame, their symbols peeling free and orbiting his body in slow, blasphemous spirals. Beneath the ice, magma surged violently, answering his presence as if recognizing a master. Nagini stirred. The demigod power unfurled, not all at once, but like a serpent stretching after a long sleep. Gravity warped, sound bent. The sky above Mount Gore darkened, clouds spiraling inward as though drawn toward a single hateful note. Sir Aurelian Vale did not hesitate. He charged. Light detonated beneath his boots as harmonic energy slapped the ice with cannon crack force. Each step shattered the frozen ocean in starburst fractures, shockwaves racing outward in perfect rhythm with his heartbeat. He thrust the radiant broadsword forward, a killing line of light aimed straight for Kurogami's heart. Kurogami split, not dodged, not leapt. His body unraveled into 3 overlapping shadows, slipping sideways through the instant between sound and silence. Aurelian's blade carved through empty air, and suddenly they were face to face, inches apart. For one impossible heartbeat, Aurelian saw it. The endless black coil behind Kurogami's eyes, the god staring through the corpse. Then Kurogami was gone. Aurelian felt the cold behind him, a fraction too late. Kurogami reformed at his back, heel already descending. The impact crushed ice into powder and hurled Aurelian forward. He skidded across the frozen ocean, sparks of light screaming from his armor as Mount Gore answered with thunder. Above them, the tune changed. The heavens filled with a violent, thunderous hum. Gods humming, vast notes so deep it rattled bone and memory alike. Mount Gore became a colossal instrument, its volcanic veins glowing brighter with every reverberation. Blah, 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 blah. And they came. Priests emerged along the fractured ice. Dozens, then hundreds, appearing as if summoned by the music itself. Some wore gold, some wore rags, some bled from the eyes. All knelt in perfect symmetry. They opened their mouths. The orchestra of the gods began. Voices layered upon voices, prayers woven into sound so dense it pressed against the skin. The air shimmered with belief, fear, and devotion. The fight became the center of the world. All eyes were upon them. Kurogami lifted one hand. Dark demigod energy exploded outward. A wave of underworld force slammed into Aurelian like a collapsing mountain. Ice shattered in rolling walls. Hello, decaffeinated. We're just having a little bit of story time. So, rolling walls. That was a hard one to say for some reason. Entire sections of the ocean split open with deafening cracks, revealing roaring rivers of lava below. Aurelian was driven backward, boots carving trenches, armor screaming as pressure crushed against him. He skidded toward the edge of a massive rupture, heat licking upward, molten light painting his armor in hellish orange. One more step and he would fall. Kurogami advanced slowly, laughter crawling from his throat. Low, hellish, layered with Nagini's ancient amusement. You cannot stand against death made flesh, Kurogami said. You are only a song. Aurelian planted his foot. The ice beneath it froze solid again, responding to his will. He raised the broadsword and strummed it. The blade sang. The violent chord tore through the battlefield, harmonic energy erupting from the sword in blinding arcs. Light crashed forward in screaming waves as Aurelian surged back into the fight, moving faster now, every strike a note, every step part of the composition. He struck Kurogami once, twice, 3 times. The blade bit into shadow and bone, carving... Careful of this one unless you're making a reference. Carving glowing wounds across Kurogami's torso. Underworld Iker, you love using this word and I'm struggling saying it, sprayed into the air, hissing as it struck ice and fire alike. Aurelian pressed the assault, slashes like crescendos, thrusts like killing refrains. The sword howled with every movement. Kurogami staggered and laughed. Yes, this is from Author Relic. The laughter deepened, echoing across Mount Gore, splitting into harmonics of its own. Dark energy surged from his body, knitting wounds shut, swallowing the light mid-strike. Nagini's power coiled outward, forming a translucent serpent of shadow and smoke that wrapped around Kurogami like a living crown. The next blow from Aurelian struck the barrier and stopped dead, the blade screaming in protest. Kurogami grabbed the sword. His hand burned, flesh charring, but he did not release it. "You play beautifully," Kurogami whispered, eyes blazing. "But the underworld knows only one ending." He wrenched the blade sideways. The ice beneath them shattered again, and the world tilted toward ruin. As I'm looking through, it looks like we're still in the fight scene. I'm a little confused why we have, at least from what I'm seeing, 3 chapters all for the same fight scene. I'm wondering why you're having the chapters where they are, because it still feels like we're in the same scene. Like you could have a spacing to show like hey, this is the next part. I get you, it's a different scene, but you're making it seem like it's a different chapter. And I'm just wondering if there's anything particular behind that, because I'm wondering why the chapters are where they are. You don't do page breaks? Is that like a philosophy? Because I think maybe a page break could serve you better. Or maybe not even a page break at all, because let me see what is the difference. Even this one doesn't even need a page break. It just feels like a continuation between chapter 1 and 2. But for summary stuff, I'm wondering I wonder if a page break would do better than the chapters. Because this is also very short chapters, and we're still in the same scene. That's why I'm like a little bit confused. Let me see what's happening after 4. Chapter 5, Kurogami struck first, so it looks like we're still in the fight. Okay. So this almost all reads like just one chapter, rather than the several. The blade screamed, not metal, reality. When Kurogami wrenched the broadsword sideways, the sound tore a seam through the air. Space folded like wet parchment. The ice beneath him did not crack this time. It forgot it was solid, collapsing into shards of past and future all at once. Time skipped. Aurelian was falling, then standing, then already bleeding. Moments collided. His heartbeat echoed twice, and then 3 times, out of sync with his body. Around them, the frozen ocean flickered between states. Pristine ice, shattered ruin, boiling steam, cycling faster and faster as if the world could not decide how this battle should end. Above, the music changed again. Mount Gore howled. The gods' hum fractured into dissonance. Thunder rolling backward, lightning striking upward into the clouds. The priest orchestra broke into counter-harmony, some voices rising in exultation, others screaming as their throats split under the strain of prophecy. This was no longer a fight. It was a composition tearing itself apart. Kurogami released the blade and stepped back as Nagini's power surged fully into him. His body expanded, shadow stretching, bones elongating and cracking as underworld sigils burned themselves directly into his flesh. A spectral serpent uncoiled behind him, vast, crowned, and endless, its body looping through the sky, its scales made of screaming souls. I am the hand of an inevitable. This is what happens when Cryptid's tired. I am the hand of inevitability, Kurogami thundered, his voice now layered with divine resonance. I am the silence after the final note. He struck the air. The strike landed. Invisible force slammed into Aurelian, pulverizing armor and flesh alike. His body was hurled in 3 seconds, reappearing mid-crash against a wall of ice that had not existed a moment before. His ribs shattered. Blood exploded from his mouth, freezing midair in crimson constellations. Somebody clip what? What are you guys making fun of me for? I'm just doing my best, though. I think you're looking at it too. Literally, my goal was to make it so if you closed your eyes, you could almost see the fight scene play out. You didn't want it to be just one big chapter. I chopped it up. The intro, first act of the fight, second act, and then the end of the fight. It's all meant to just happen. Yeah, but when you break up the sections, it breaks up the fight. Normally when a fight plays out, we're seeing the full fight scene. So when you break it up, this is more abrupt. Doing a chapter break is more abrupt than a page break. A page break just continues. This is very abrupt, like, oh, okay, we stopped, we're ended, what? And then we come back here. This is like an episode ending. Think about it as a commercial break. The page break would be a commercial break. This is the episode is over. And now we tuned into the next episode. And we got like 16 seconds of content. And then the next episode. New page breaks. If that's what you want, I'm not the boss of you. I don't control ya. But you wanted the critique. You wanted my honest opinion. I'm not sure how this is serving you. If you are intending it to come across a certain way to your audience with these chapters, it's not coming across that way. This isn't the intention of what chapters are used for. We had I forget who it was now, but somebody else submitted the thing and they were trying to do a whole paragraph per point of view, and I was like, why aren't there paragraphs? And they were like, oh, I was doing a whole paragraph per point of view, but the paragraphs were lasting entire pages because the paragraphs, and I'm like, you could do a chapter per point of view because each point of view is multiple pages. Like, you could do a chapter per point of view, but not a paragraph per point of view because your singular paragraph is lasting 3, 4, 6 pages. That's not what a paragraph means. That's not what a new chapter means. Cryptid says it's ass. You guys are always saying I'm meaner than I really am. I'm not gonna give critique if you guys don't like critique, but if you wanted my big ass, the spacing here at the chapters feels a little wonky. I'm not sure why you don't like page breaks. And I'm not even saying you need page breaks. I really think this could just continue. This is just one scene. Scenes can last 11 pages. That's fine. That's not unusual. This could just be one chapter. You never know where to put page breaks. Honestly, you don't even need a page break. This just reads so far as one thing. So it feels almost a little like forced. You put it like the first one's obviously fine, but some of the others, I'm like, I don't know why you put a split here. I don't know why you put the split here. This is multiple splits in one fight scene. And sometimes if you do split it, it has to be intentional. This feels a little bit random. I don't know why the splits are here. You could just have this as one thing, even if you didn't want page breaks. Where was I? I did that part. I did this part. Yeah, okay, I was around here. What was I saying? Oh, you guys were making fun of my butt. Yeah, when I misspeak stuff. You know, sometimes when you misspeak stuff, you just had to, like, gotta shake it off. You gotta verbally shake it off by making random noises. Oh my goodness. What was I saying? But yeah, I definitely get the anime fight scene. This is supposed to be like picturing it. That's what I think I said earlier. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of the artsy descriptions, but not a lot of physical descriptions. If you want us to be able to close our eyes and picture what is happening, then you do need some more solid, grounded descriptions of stuff. Like, where was it? Like here, a spectral serpent uncoiled behind him. I'm like, I can picture that. Absolutely, that's a great description. I know what's happening here. That's why I look into the sky. It scales made of screaming souls. I'm like, okay, that's artsy, but it's fine because you grounded it here. I know what to picture. But I mentioned earlier, I'm like, oh, I had no idea this character was wearing armor until like all the way down here. Some of the descriptions here, it's really, really heavy on the artsy stuff. It's really hard to picture what's happening. You're going for a mythic symphony, not a conventional short story. The chapters are meant as musical work, not narrative work. And I mean, yeah, you do make notes of when the music changes. But if this was a musical work, you would be writing musical notes on a page. It would be a music that somebody could look at and play. Like it would actually be the boss battle music playing, and there would be the different parts throughout the stage of the boss fight. This is a narrative work. It's words on a page. It's a narrative work. So if you're looking for the critique on the narrative work, I was saying like, oh, this is interrupting your cool fight scene, your cool epic anime fight scene. But we can still picture when the music changes, because you mentioned it. You mentioned when the music changes, and I thought that was really, really cool. I like that I could hear kind of like the anime boss battle music happening in my head. And everyone's probably picturing different music. But I thought that was cool. I don't think you need to separate it by chapters, because it is so short. It is just a short narrative work here. I think you mentioned the music change and the different beats that are happening. I think that's doing the work you want it to do. Man, I think it got lost again because I was just scrolling through everywhere. So yeah, he says, I am the silence after the final note. He struck the air, the strike landed. Invisible force slammed into Aurelian, pulverizing armor and fresh flesh alike. His body was hurled through 3 seconds, reappearing mid-crash against a wall of ice that had not existed a moment before. His ribs shattered, blood exploded from his mouth, freezing mid-air in crimson constellations. So see, like, we can picture that. I absolutely picture that. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. The ice gave way. Aurelian plunged. Down past fire, down past light, down toward the roaring magma below. He caught himself at the last instant, fingers digging into a floating slab of ice as lava surged beneath him like an open maw. His sword trembled. The broadsword's light flickered, weakening. Above him, Kuragami hovered now, feet not touching the ground, shadow bleeding outward like ink dropped into water. The serpent of Nagini loomed closer, its head lowering, its eyes ancient and amused. You are emptying yourself, Nagini spoke, voice everywhere. Every note cost you existence. Aurelian coughed blood and laughed, a broken, defiant sound. Then listen, he rasped. I only need one song. He pulled himself up, slowly. Pain became rhythm. Every shattered bone beat time. His blood soaked into the ice, glowing faintly as it froze, forming runes he did not remember learning. Above, the music shifted once more. See, like, this is a shift, but you don't have the chapter break here or there. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is good. The gods hum, softened, slowed, became solemn. A funeral tempo. The priests understood. One by one, they pressed their foreheads to the ice and sang louder, pouring their faith, their lives, their fear into the harmony. Some collapsed mid-verse. Some burst into flame. The orchestra did not stop. Aurelian raised the sword with both hands. The broadsword began to unravel. Light peeled from it in strands, wrapping around his arms, his chest, his throat. The blade shortened, thinned, becoming less weapon and more instrument. Strings of radiant energy forming along its length, vibrating with unbearable tension. Kurogami's eyes widened. "No," he snarled, lunging forward. "You will not." Aurelian struck the ice with the sword and played. The note detonated outward, not as sound, but as law. I can see how you're reading it, but it is meant as a single fight scene, yeah, structured like a movement of a symphony rather than a continuous action sequence. Chapters are meant to change scale, not pause. But my intention isn't to have people read it as a novel, but from your critique I failed at the way I wanted someone to interrupt it, take what he said to fix the issues. Yeah, and chapters, I get what you mean, like you're trying to use narrative devices to segment something like in a symphony that changes in music as the fight scene, different acts of the fight scene progress in like a boss battle. But I do think either Breaksword or even just when you mention it here, I got here, this is a new act. This is a funeral temper. This is the more somber stuff. He's doing this great big like heroic sacrifice moment here. Like absolutely, we as the readers are getting what you're going with, but the chapter breaks were kind of halting it. Gravity reversed. Lava froze mid-surge, hanging in the air like molten glass. The serpent of Nagini screamed as its coils were dragged backward through themselves, reality snapping and recoiling with thunderclap violence. Kurogami was lifted off the ground, his shadow torn from his body, stretched into impossible angles as harmonic light pierced him again and again, each strike erasing not flesh but meaning. Memories burned away, names screamed and vanished. Nagini roared as the battlefield itself began to collapse inward, the frozen ocean folding like a closing book, pages of ice slamming together with world-ending force. Aurelian screamed as well. The song was killing him. His armor shattered, his flesh split. Light burned through his veins, consuming muscle, bone, soul. He could feel himself thinning, becoming sound, becoming echo. But he did not stop playing. One ending, Aurelian whispered through blood and fire, voice breaking into harmony with the gods. Only one. The final note began, and the world leaned in to hear it. We have 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think I can make it. Kurogami struck first. A spear of condensed underworld force tore upward, catching Sir Aurelian Vale square in the chest and launching him into the sky. The impact sounded like a god's rib cracking. Armor burst apart in radiant fragments. Blood atomized into red mist and froze as it rose. Now it's hard to say. Aurelian spun end over end above the battlefield, the broken world wheeling beneath him. Splintered ice, suspended lava, Mount Gore screaming thunder into the heavens. As he fell, he reached for the broadsword. His fingers plucked a single string. The sound was thin at first, then it deepened. Light engulfed him. Harmonic fire wrapped around his body in spiraling bands, burning away pain, burning away fear, burning away what remained of the man. His silhouette became a descending star, a living note dragged screaming back toward the earth. Below, the priests rose as one. Across the shattered ocean, atop broken ice and crumbling stone, they lifted their voices together. Gods joined them, ancient, forgotten, wounded, singing not in rivalry now, but in unity. The orchestra became absolute. Creation itself took a breath. Aurelian fell. He struck the ice with the force of a dying sun. The shockwave was colossal. Ice vaporized for miles. Lava was driven back into the depths like a beaten beast. The sky split with blinding white fractures, thunder collapsing inward as the sound rolled outward in concentric rings of annihilation. At the epicenter stood Sir Aurelian Vale and Kuragami Ashen Vale. They met head-on. Aurelian moved first, a blur of incandescent motion. He slashed left. The strike tore a visible crescent through the air, the shockwave lagging behind the blade like a delayed scream. Kuragami's shoulder exploded into shadow and bone. Underworld ether spraying outward in burning arcs. Aurelian slashed right. The second shockwave collided with the first, crushing the space between them. Kuragami staggered as half his torso unraveled, the serpent sigil of Nagini screaming as it peeled away in molten fragments. The god's song climbed higher. Aurelian charged. He flashed forward, time collapsing into a single, unbearable instant, and delivered the final strike. The blade passed through Kuragami's chest, through his spine, through the coiled authority of Nagini itself. Light and shadow detonated together, tearing a vertical wound through the battlefield. Mount Gore's peak shattered. The frozen ocean folded inward. The underworld screamed as its god was cut out of the world's music. Aurelian slid across the ice, momentum finally spent. The broadsword dissolved into light. He fell. Kuragami fell as well, his body collapsing inward, to a lot of collapsing inward, or folding inward. Shadow imploding, divine power tearing itself apart as the name of Nagini unraveled into silence. What remained struck the ice once and was gone. The battlefield went still. No thunder, no hum. Only drifting ash and settling frost. The priest began a new song, soft, reverent. They sang of the second coming, of sacrifice misunderstood, of a knight who burned himself into legend. One by one, they turned away, voices fading as they departed across the ruined world. The ice sealed, the lava slept. Far below the battlefield, beneath sound, beneath light, beneath even death, Sir Aurelian Vale awoke. There was no pain, nobody, only blackness. And somewhere in that infinite dark, a single string vibrated, still alive, still waiting. Oh. Hello, hello! Thank you for joining Cryptid Cult! Thank you so much. Oh my god, yes, and we reached our follower goal. That's so exciting. Sorry, that was perfect timing since I finished it. But yes, welcome. We have some chill times here. We do our own reading and writing here. Oh, hello, welcome to Critical. We do our own reading and writing and editing live on stream, and then people in the Discord also submit some of their own writing works and story submission. And then, like this one here, I read it live on stream, and I give feedback and critique. I give 1 or 2 pieces of critique that I think would be the best pieces to help make it the strongest piece it could be. Me search for wife. you on your search for the ultimate goal of everyone online ever, a beautiful waifu. Didn't realize we were reading. See what happens when I multitask. You help him. Single all life. life sad. Yep, that's me every time I wake up and I realize, oh God, I'm not married to a beautiful, beautiful lesbian wife. That's what I need. Me every morning. No beautiful lesbian wife who's gonna let me be my best Baba Yaga self. But yeah, we just finished story time. Thank you so much, Author Relic, for submitting this cool piece for story time. Hopefully, despite me being very tired, hopefully at least some of what I said made sense and could help you. I'm not quite sure. So good luck, man. Good luck, man. What's by the way? But anyway, yeah, we had a lot of fun. I kind of gave my critiques as I went that time, which I think was a little bit easier. Because sometimes when I read those longer pieces, it's hard for me to remember all the stuff as I'm reading, because I'm kind of focused on reading and not the notes, 11 pages and 15 pages, and what was a note I had from like the first page. And it's hard to keep it all together. So hopefully, even though it broke up the reading a little bit, it might not have been as enjoyable to hear me read, because I was interrupting a few times myself to give those notes. But I hope for the people getting the critique, it's then a little bit better for me not to forget like important things I want to mention in the critique. So for Author Relics, it was the chapters. Or the base, I'm like, this is supposed to be one epic cool fight scene with the music's very very Final Fantasy 14. If you guys know Final Fantasy 14, they have really cool epic musical scores with their fight scenes, very anime fight scene where there's like a cool music going on, but it felt a little bit longer. That's why I was saying like a Final Fantasy 14 fight scene. And I'm like, the chapters aren't helping with it. They're like breaking it up rather than making this really cool continuous fight scene and cool continuous music that just has changing sections for it. And then what was the other critique? I'm like, oh yeah, more if this is supposed to be, we close our eyes and we visualize this epic fight scene, it needed some more physical descriptions throughout as we're meeting things, because I didn't quite know how to picture Kuragami, and I didn't quite know how to picture Sir Aurelian Vale. Wait, you want to read too? You want to read too? Or do you want to submit your writing? I will literally eat any story up. If you want to join the Discord, there is story submissions and people submit their works there. And yeah, please, you guys are also more than welcome. As long as you guys are nice, you're also able to give each other critique and feedback to any stuff. So if you join the Discord, there is a little section called story submissions there. And you can read other people's stuff, and then you can provide feedback and give critiques and stuff to it. Like just read and then chill. Yeah, if you just want to read people's work from other authors, from other writers, from people making scripts for comics, because the story you're working on is not like submission worthy. Well, anyone can submit it at any stage. People have submitted plot outlines where they're like, hey, what do you think of this plot outline? Is this the right start for it? Some people have just sent the first 3 paragraphs. They're like, is this a good intro? Does this capture you? Does this engage readers, or is this just a lore dump? And then others have just submitted random chapters like, hey, does this make sense, or is the pacing off? And they'll just like randomly submit chapter 3 and they'll be like, is the pacing right? And we'll go through that. So you can work in progresses can be submitted as well. Plot outlines can be submitted. General ideas, things like that. You can submit it if you want to. And other people may give you critique, or you can give critique to other people. And we still read it live here on stream, and I give 1 or 2 pieces of feedback. Don't worry, I wasn't worrying. I was just letting you know there were some new people who had joined, and I wanted to let everyone catch up, everyone be aware. But yeah, there is a Discord. God, what was I saying earlier? This is my stuff here. We were working on. I mean, this. So if you see this, this is me. I'm very a proud proponent of a shitty rough draft. This is me working on figuring out my plotting and the order of scenes and how things are gonna flow. So if you're like reading this for like a good story, it's not a good story yet. This is me like figuring out my plot beats. What are questions I have? How many nightmare sequences is this section gonna have? Like things like that. We're just working on stuff. So I'm a very I think a lot of writers don't finish their works because they try to make a first draft read like the final draft. And I'm a very big thing of like, no, like your first draft can be a shitty draft. It can just be like funning shit out. And to back it up, I show you guys my shitty rough drafts, right? Says you need to make breakfast? Oh my goodness, what is your time over here? It is almost midnight for local cryptid time here. It's 11:47. Jeez. Hold on, I'm taking a sippy to hydrate. I'm actually with, for real, your first draft was so bad. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. A first draft serves its purpose if it's a done draft. It does not need to be good. It just has to be done. If it's a done draft, it's a good draft. I'm a very, very big believer in it. In a shitty rough draft. I love shitty rough drafts. Because that is the hardest step. It's just getting start to finish. What can you do? And then you can have plot holes, and you'll fix the plot holes. You can have too many or too few characters. You'll fix that in editing. You can have really shitty descriptions or repeating words. You'll fix that in later editing. Everything can be fixed with editing as long as you actually get it done. And that's what the shitty first draft is for. Going after your last point for both characters. You're not supposed to get a lot of detail. That was the point of the way you wrote it. Well, I'm sorry, you just said it was supposed to be like, I should be able to close my eyes and like visualize this cool epic fight scene, like anime style. Oh, hold on. Hold on, my lo-fi beats. Sorry, go back. My lo-fi for witches.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the...
Here's my lo-fi beats. Saying that's being clear in what you're trying to do. Well, what was the other thing I had a really hard time giving critique for? Somebody submitted one time, and it turned out it was a script for a Minecraft SMP thing they were doing with their friends. And they didn't tell me that at first. So at first I was giving critique because I thought it was a story about their characters from a Minecraft server. That they were just like doing like a fanfic work on it. And they were like, no, this stuff has already happened. Because I was giving them critique and advice on like the plot. And they were like, no, this stuff has already happened. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you're doing like a recounting of it for your friends. And then I gave them critique on how to make it more clear and that they didn't need to repeat as much stuff. And then it was like going back and forth for a while. Then it was like, oh no, this is a YouTube script for your friends to edit. And then you guys are going to read this as a YouTube thing to promote your Minecraft server story. But it took a while because my feedback kept changing because I kept thinking it was something else. And giving critique based on that. And it kept not being that thing. So we had to go back and forth for all just figuring out what is this. And it was a script for a Minecraft story YouTube video. Tend to try to get things right the first time around when writing. I hate going back to things after they're done because I feel like I'm starting over. Do you do a lot of plotting? Are you a big plotter? That's one of the things. If you're a pantser, that will never work. But if you're a plotter, you can keep going over your drafts and your plot outlines, trying to get everything right and solid before you start writing. But then you have to be a very thorough plotter. Cryptid was about to break the computer? When was I about to break the computer? Intentionally kept their physical description minimal. You wanted them to read more like mythic figures or forced in the fight scene. You don't need like crazy descriptions. I was just saying like, oh, you mentioned like halfway in the second page that the person was wearing armor. And it would have helped me if I knew like earlier in the first page, hey, they're wearing armor. This person standing here in the ice is wearing armor. If it was something you were going to mention anyway, it should have been mentioned a little earlier. And then what was I saying? Yeah, big plotter and outline maker. That's what you guys see me here on screen trying to do, and you're seeing all the all the craziness and all my breaking my brain trying to do it. Hey, I hope all is going well. Yeah. I think we're actually like almost finishing up for the night. We're nearing the end, but we had great story time. We got to do some reading from something Author Relic submitted, and I can't say I got a lot of work done, but I did get a lot of work done writing physically on pen and paper earlier, just not on stream. You get all the character information, the world building, etc. out of the way so I can go in order. Nice. You're a plotter too, a baby one. A little baby plotter. That's so cute. Oh, hello. Thank you for the follow and welcome to Cryptid Cult. But yeah, we sorry, since you're just joining as well. There is a Discord, and but without the Discord, we show up, and I show my plotting and my writing and my figuring out plot holes and talking about writing and different things to help us in our writing and creative works. And then people in the Discord can also submit their own writing and work in progress projects, and sometimes then I read those here on stream. And then at the end of it, I give 1 or 2 pieces of critique and feedback to help make the writing the next best level it could possibly be. So that's something you're interested in. Please feel free to check out the Discord. You guys can give critique to other writers and creators that you see there. And you can also submit your own stuff. And then, hey, I'll try my best to read it when I can. You introduce the armor later as part of the escalation rather than front-loading details. It's part of the escalation. Not quite sure I follow. You try to plot things, but I will pants my way through a chapter. Yeah. I think, I don't know if I'm a baby plotter anymore. I've been trying to be better at plotting things thoroughly out for the past few years. So I think once you reach like a couple of years, maybe I'm not a baby plotter anymore. But yeah, definitely when I was a younger cryptid, I was definitely a pantser. I would just have a cool concept or a cool like starting line, and then I'd just write the cool starting line, and then I would just keep going until I hit like a wall, like oh, what's the next scene, or what happens next, or that's a plot hole, what happened, and then I would just drop the project. So I had all these really cool, pretty words. It was really engaging, and then I just I never did anything with the project. So now I've been working on a few stories over the years, and I try to actually plot things out and figure out character motivations and character arcs and the timing of the scenes and what scenes are happening when. Oh my god, it uses more brain power, I swear. Not much of a writer, but you're trying to plot more backstory for your D&D characters. Oh my god, we love talking about D&D stuff here. We've talked about it on and off for some of our streams. Wanting to read about others' right to adopt more creativity and descriptiveness. There was one. I don't know if you're just part of a D&D campaign, like you're just a player, or are you the dungeon master? Are you the GM or the DM? Because we've had some DMs before in our chat, and we've talked about, like, oh, when you're describing and setting scenes for your D&D players, like, we've talked about things like what's too much information that it's almost a lore dump, it almost gets a little bit boring, and what's just enough to keep your players engaged and keep them interacting with the environment, to learn more and more about it and more about the NPCs. We've talked about things like that. We've talked about even things like, oh, like what's some funny quirks to put in with your characters in order to make them more engaged and like easier to bounce off of with the other players. That way any player like kind of knows how to keep your character involved. Player main, but you DM on rare occasion. Yeah, I've mentioned before. I'm thinking maybe as over time, because November we did every single day of writing, right? Just a rough draft every single day, and I showed that live on stream. December we're doing my editing, my planning things out. We're doing story time, and we're also doing some gaming. I think as as December starts, we're almost done with December, I'm thinking in the future, I'm like, man, I wanted to focus more on the writing and story time. And I'm also thinking of trying to get more involved in the online streaming D&D stuff. I was like, I wonder how hard it would be to find like a cool D&D campaign here on Twitch, and joining that, and trying my best go with that, and seeing how that goes. That could be really fun to dip my toes more into D&D here with you guys and hanging out and doing that. But I don't know. It's just been something that's been in the back of my head. I mentioned earlier, like, hey, I already have my degree in costuming, but I'm thinking of going back to college recently for some more classes. I'm thinking of getting some courses done in editing so I can offer you guys proper edits rather than just critiques. There's just a lot of things I'm juggling right now. I don't know. This past month has been a lot of juggling new ideas. You'd love to do D&D live. It sounds so fun, to be honest. It does, right? It sounds really, really cool. I really enjoy that. I think it's fun because it's a creative thing. It's creative storytelling with each other. And for years, I loved doing in forums role playing. I joined a lot of like role playing communities. I loved doing role plays with people for years and years and years, and I'd have very, very like advanced like background stories and world building stuff, and oh my god, I had so much fun for it. Now a lot of those websites I did, because they were like forum communities, a lot of them are dead now. A lot of those forum based sites are dying or dead. So that isn't that much community, and I think I like D&D because it just feels like kind of that role playing vibe, but a little bit more math, a little bit more structured. And you had to do it like on the fly. You're doing it live, rather than writing your paragraphs worth of stuff and then submitting it to your role playing partners, and then you gotta wait like a few days or a week for them to write something back. Role playing like that was almost like doing D&D as pen pals. You would like write your stuff down, you like send the message, and then you just waiting for the person to eventually message you back. You just go back and forth like that. Oh my god, that was I loved it at the time, but thinking of trying to do that now, or trying to get people involved in that now, it would be crazy. Discord. Oh, so I don't think we have the little asterisk exclamation mark thing set up. I had to get Roots to do that. If you look at my at the Cryptid Roots little icon stuff, it has links. There's the series of links. One of the first ones should be the Discord, and then there's also stuff like the YouTube channels and our Etsy shop. There's like a couple things. Roots, where are you at? You have returned after 2. Wait, what do you mean after 2 days? Didn't you say hi earlier? Right? So didn't you say hi earlier? I remember you at the start of the stream. You said hi. Am I completely making things up? I thought you were here at the beginning of the stream. But yeah, Discord is very, very... Discord. The other D1. D&D is very, very interesting because it is a live by the seat of your pants. The pantser version versus the plotter version of a role-playing in the olden times on the forums. Oh, you barely remember you haven't felt good since you donated blood. Oh, yeah, are you like low on iron and blood now? That can be rough. I've been, I tried to donate plasma last month. I scheduled the entire thing. You had to do all the screening. I tried to donate plasma, and I got all the way there, and then they had to put like two things into your veins, and I guess they kept trying. The nurses were there, and they're like, slapping the inside of your, not of your wrist, but of your inner arm, and they're trying to find the veins on either side of my arm, and they're like, oh, we can't see your veins. It's like really, really hard, and so they actually wouldn't accept me as a plasma donator. And they like kicked me out. Not in a bad way. I'm just saying they're like, yeah, we actually can't do anything. Get the fuck out of here. And so I was like, oh, well, what can I do to make it easier? And they're like, drink more water. And I had been drinking a lot of water both that day and the day before to try and like be good, because people were saying like, oh yeah, you really need to hydrate if you're going to donate plasma. So I had been drinking a lot of water for the past like 48 hours before I tried to donate plasma. And And the other thing is try doing hand and wrist exercises, like lifting weights, even just like water bottles and stuff with your hands and your wrist and your arms, to try and get it like a little bit stronger, so that way the veins are more noticeable. And I was like, yo, yeah, just get good and be swole. Oh my god. You don't cry anymore, but when I felt that needle, I cried like a goddamn baby. Oh no, Lorenzo! I'm so sorry, Lorenzo. You're the bravest little raccoon. You did such a good job, even though it was scary. You did such a good job. I feel it though. I've been when I was younger, I was really bad with needles and shots. Shots, I still like tear up a little bit at. I'm not like full crying. It's just because it hurts, right? So like you get like that little sniffle, that little tear in your eye, because it's like a little pain. I think ever since I became a professional seamstress, I've gotten better at like the shots and the stabbies though, because like when your job is working as a seamstress with sewing pins and needles, sometimes you stab yourself. Sometimes you stab yourself with a really sharp, tiny things. Oh my god. And so I think that you just kind of grow a little bit more desensitized. Maybe I'm blind, maybe it's Maybelline. But I'm not seeing any links anywhere. Oh, let me see. So let's see, if I go here and here, and I go to Cryptid Roots. I'm like in another tab right now, so sorry. Okay, if you look at our page, if you look at the Cryptid Roots, there's an About section. The About section for Cryptid Roots. And it says like, local cryptid trying her best. It's not very good, but she's trying. On the right, it has all the links to it. It has the Cryptid Roots Discord, the normal YouTube channel, the VOD, and then our little Etsy shop. But it's in the About section. I mean, you prefer to hide your emotions, Lorenzo, because you're so tough. So sorry, as Nick. I hope that helps. Otherwise, maybe I can just bother Roots real quick. Hold on. Let's see. I don't want to be in the Discord. I want to be in my text messages. Jeez. Hey. Discord. Link in chat. Please. We'll see if they're awake. If they're awake, they might do it. Where was I? So this gets minimized. I can't see my OBS anymore. There we go. Oh my god. So hopefully, if the little About section, if you can't see the Discord, hopefully Roots will be on in a second. Blah 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 blah, and they can send the link. Well, yeah, that's one of the weird things with Discord, because I was asking Roots earlier. Just refreshed page. I think it's borked on your side, not showing. What is happening? It's Discord. Can I send it? Does this work? I don't know how to send links in chat. Does it have to be someone special? Can anyone send it? Does that link work? I have no idea. I'm so sorry. This is why I'm not in charge of stuff. This is why Roots normally does it. If I sent you the wrong link, my bad. I only even got a Discord because everyone in the Twitch chat for a while was asking for a Discord. Oh, it worked? Oh, thank God. See, I don't do all this tech stuff. I don't do shit. It took me how long, chat, before I even realized how to ban people? I was just having Roots log on and ban people because I didn't know how to do it. Oh my god. And finally Roots eventually showed me how. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I can ban the bots now. What was I talking about? But yeah, please feel free. There's story time submissions. There's also just generic chatting. There's, if we're ever chatting about something random, but you specifically want to talk about writing, there's even a writing section. And you can ask, like, questions or get feedback. not feedback, but like ask like, oh hey, how do you guys handle pacing? How do you guys handle multiple characters? What point of view do you guys, if we're like not chatting about that and chatting, you can ask it there in writing. But sometimes we still talk about writing stuff and just general chatting. It's all fine. It's a very casual place. This is a very casual, fun, cozy section of the internet where sometimes I curse at my characters and we talk about wholesome things, you know, like serial killers and thrillers and horror genres. And me murdering my characters and killing off all their family members. It's a very wholesome place where we discuss not very wholesome things. But I think writers understand that. I think that's just a thing us writers have to handle. That's just the vibe. But otherwise, I normally stream for longer. I know, but right now it's just those holidays. I've been working all day getting people's patches and orders ready, and doing those custom orders for some people going to Holiday Matsuri tomorrow. For anyone who knows that con here in Florida, it's a very big con. So I think I might actually end the stream here tonight with all of our new little raccoons. I'm so sorry. For everyone new here, I do normally stream longer, and I do have this plan to maybe start doing a 12-hour stream in the future, like maybe once a month or once every 2 months, because I have a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. But just today I'm a little bit beat. The holidays time with getting all the shipments out, everyone like ordering stuff, it's really hard to keep up with the orders to get things out in time for Christmas. So I'm just a little bit beat. But thank you guys so much for Storytime. Thank you so much, Author Relic, for submitting stuff for Storytime. I always say I really appreciate you guys submitting things for Storytime, because it is a little intimidating, right? Having your stuff read live on stream. That's why it's really intimidating showing my rough draft process live on stream, right? So I really appreciate how brave that is. And that's why we always are very nice to each other, and we're very kind, even though we're trying to give critique and help each other grow. But otherwise, yeah, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and listening to me yap for basically 2.5 hours tonight. And for December, for all my new raccoons in the chat, we stream for December every other day. So I won't be on tomorrow. I'll be on the day after that. And if there's any changes or any scheduling issues, I will let you know in the Discord. I do let all the Discord people know, hey, like, I'm streaming right now, or hey, I'm not going to stream. I let you guys know. So thank you guys so much, but otherwise, have a wonderful night. It was so good hanging out with you guys. I hope you guys got to relax. I hope you guys got to hang out and get some good critique and feedback. Or you just got to hear me on your second and third monitors while you guys are working on your own stuff. But either way, have a wonderful night, and goodbye. Have a good one.